Hooday, Bengal fans. He is Mon, Eric. I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our Cincinnati Bengals. Uh, Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Guys, another bad loss, 4 in a row now, as the Bengals drop 27-18 to the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. I don't want to blame this loss on Mon for picking them to to lose 27-17, but I feel like Mon has to take some of this loss.
He didn't get it right though. He got it wrong. He was close.
Only because the Bengals went for two. Zach Taylor saved Mon. Uh, Obviously, guys, we have a lot to talk about. Just same old shit the first half offensively. Mon, your thoughts? First of all, how is your father-in-law doing? Let's ask you that real quick. Is he doing better?
Yeah, he's feeling a little better. He's gonna have a long road to recovery there, but I think he's gonna be fine. He's still in the hospital, and we'll get more answers on what's to do the next few days. But at least he didn't get to watch this Bengal loss. That made him feel better.
Yeah, that would make him feel better. How are you feeling right now about this?
Man, I'm just somebody put in here sad. I'm just frustrated. It's just tale of two halves. I mean, 10-0 at halftime. Defense played pretty well. I mean, they gave up some plays, but we had the ball. We had 3 first downs on offense in the first half, had under 60 yards total offense. It was just, honestly, it's some of the worst inept offensive play I've ever seen. And then it flipped. They come out, and Flacco looks so much better than Browning. So plays, and some great individual plays by our superstars.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pass interference on Chase. He still caught it. I mean, some of those throws were just amazing catches, individual, just the talent of our receivers. But, the offense woke up, and then the defense just fell apart. The Packers scored 17 points in the fourth quarter. 17 points.
It's hard to fathom that, right? It's like the whole game. You're watching this Bengals team play. There's no complimentary football, right? Defense makes a play. Bengals go 3 and out. We're still in it 10-0 at half. Sucks that Money Mac hits that 67-yarder and it gets taken off the board.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10-0 at half. And honestly, I felt like we still had a shot. Like these last couple of weeks with Jake Browning, I felt like we were down at half. I'm like, it's done. It's over. This week, I felt like we still got a shot. Sure enough, Joe Flacco comes out, puts together an incredible, almost 10-minute drive. Bengals scores 10-7, and then the Packers go right down the field. It's just like the defense completely unraveled. It is, Mon. It's hard to fathom it.
We had almost 200 yards total offense in the second half.
Yeah,
we can't. I mean, why can't we get 100 yards total offense in the first half? Little things like that.
Let's talk about that, because to me that's another negative mark for Zach Taylor, because what happens in the first half? In the first quarter, we ran 3 fucking plays. 3 plays. What do you script out 20 plays? So our first half was all Zach Taylor script. Our second half, you no longer have his shitty script, and you actually go out there and call plays for Joe Flacco, and we have some semblance of an offense. So I want to get your guys' opinion. Can we just stop scripting plays, or get somebody to say, shake Zach and say, you know what? If you go shotgun and you run it up the middle 3 straight times in the beginning of the game, everybody sees that coming, and it's just ridiculous. I'm just over it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Eric. I think, well, first of all, I mean, listen, we have said this over and over again. Zach Taylor is the worst play caller in the NFL. And I'm not sure it's close, honestly. Like, I mean, maybe the Jets offensive coordinator, I don't know who that is, but good God, it's like they're playing a totally different sport. But I would say Zach Taylor's definitely bottom 3 play callers in the NFL. He is just absolutely atrocious. Usually when you script out those plays, those first 20 that you're talking about, and every coach, every offensive coordinator does it, usually you have some success with those first 20. Zach Taylor obviously can't put together a game plan at all. That script to start the game was absolute dog shit. Joe Flacco looked uncomfortable. It just looked like, I don't know. It looked like what it's looked like for the last 3 weeks. And then I think Joe Flacco, the second half, was like, listen, let's go. Let's start calling plays that I want to call. And we had a lot of success, obviously, in the second half, like Mon said. But still, I think this comes down. It's so hard to blame it on the defense, but I think this comes down to Al Golden not being able to his defense to make a stop the second half. And it's hard to blame him, right, Mon? You and I talked about this. It's hard to blame the defense because they played so well the first half, but you also can't give up 17 points in the fourth quarter. That's just
I mean, it flipped. I mean, they deserved a lot of blame in the second half. They really did. I mean, they couldn't get off the field. 3rd and 5, they gave up a pass. That touchdown run up the middle by the running back, Eric Carter, hits the wrong hole. Just, he got a Mac Thruck through that. That was terrible. But guys, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here. I'm trying to be realistic. I want the Bengals to win every game. I'm going to watch every remaining game. I'm going to root for them to win every remaining game. We're not a good football team. We overvalued this roster. We really did. We put a lot of the Homer sauce on it, and we don't have enough good players. We have some very good elite players, and I think people automatically assume that's all we need. But we have some donkeys on this team. We do. We have some average players, man. And it's showing. It really is. And we're not good enough to overcome that.
And what about defensively? Let's talk about that because we don't have anybody on defense, right? Cam Taylor-Britt, he's got to be one of the worst corners in the NFL now. I don't know what the hell has happened to Cam Taylor-Britt. He is atrocious. Barrett Carter looks like a rookie who doesn't belong on the football field right now. Jordan Battle, just awful tackling. This whole team, I think, in the first half, I stopped counting after 11 missed tackles in the first half, but the tackling is absolutely embarrassing. We're the worst tackling team in the NFL. It's not even close. The best player on defense today was Geno Stone. That right there tells you, I don't know, DJ Turner played a really good game.
I personally think Geno Stone was one of the worst. He had a big hit. He did get that sack at the end, but Geno Stone
got a sack.
Even on that sack though, he came in and almost missed it. Like he hits the guys, but he doesn't use any arms. It's mind-boggling. It's fun.
I forgot the interception.
Yeah, it's fundamental football. Like tackle with your arms, but he just wants to knock people over.
Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead.
No, I just say man, I'm just so pissed.
This is what's crazy, guys. This is what's crazy, right? Matt Golden, the rookie wide receiver, comes in with 11 catches for 126 yards, 0 touchdowns, and you let Golden absolutely torch you. A play where the Bengals have to get off the field on 3rd and 9, right? The Bengals are in the game. It's 24-18. With all the momentum in the world, you got to get off the field. It's 3rd and 9, and Jordan Battle and Cam Taylor-Britt are back there running around in circles with each other. They look completely lost. Cam Taylor-Britt does not belong on the football field, and you give up a 31-yard catch to a rookie wide receiver that has 11 catches all year. He had 3 catches for 86 yards today. 86 yards. He averaged almost 30 yards a catch, and he had 11 catches for 126 yards. It's pathetic. It's just pathetic. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I just hate. Eric, I just want to say something real quick.
No, you're good.
We bang on Zach Taylor, and a lot of people are going to say, "Well, the roster's bad. It's not his fault." Okay, I just want to say this: Duke and the Bengals draft, and it's up to the coaches to develop and get the best and maximize their talent. The staff hasn't done that. We talked about the 9 defensive players that were top 100 picks. The defense has not maximized the talent and the play of these players. And that's on Zach Taylor, because Zach Taylor constructed this roster of coaches to do that. I'm not going to give him a free pass. All the beat writers, people that follow the team, even the national guys, were just destroying him in the first half. His play calling and all that. I'm glad they made it interesting in the second half. I never root against my team, but that puts that cools off his seat a little bit. I don't think the Bengals are ever going to win a championship with Zach Taylor. I don't think it's going to happen. And I'll give him some
Doesn't feel
credit.
like that.
And the front office can do a better job of obtaining players for him. But when they give you those players, 9 players that are top 100 selections, maximize the talent. Get the best of Orlando Brown's regressed. Ted Karras has regressed. Yoshi's struggling this year.
Cam Taylor,
not just these three drops today. He struggled this year. Cam Taylor Britt, you're right, Jake. We're not getting the most out of our talent. All right. Yeah. And I know I just want to say it one last time. I'm not going to say it anymore. We had superstars on this team. We let them go. We had superstars on this team. We let them go. We still haven't replaced them.
Nope.
And it's I'm not going to say his name. He's a safety in Atlanta. Probably the best safety in football. And we have to see this shit out here for these guys today. They can't tackle anybody. They're not fast. They're not athletic.
So let's talk about some of this stuff here. There was a comment before, and I've heard you're going to hear a lot of people. You're definitely going to hear a lot of the homers saying this. Joe Flacco just came in, blah blah blah. He can't go out there and win the game right away because he just got here. So let's talk about some of these things. The Bengals look like they're giving up a long touchdown drive, and we get a Jordan Love mistake that leads to a Geno Stone interception. So awesome. We're all hyped up. We're ready to go. Momentum shifting. Then we see Zach Taylor come out here with a very predictable jet sweep to Jamar that goes for negative yards, a run up the middle, and then you put Joe Flacco in a 3rd and long, and he's basically got a check down because all his wide receivers are covered. It is what it is. Next drive, Flacco gets a nice completion to T. Higgins for a 1st down, but then it's more run up the middle crap, more this, more that. The play calling is just atrocious. You can't blame Joe Flacco for this. You can't blame the inexperience for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was clearly ready for this game based on what he did in the second half. I want to talk to you guys. Let's just get into the underperformers, and let's talk about the elephant in the room. We saw 3 horrible drops from Yoshi, and game-changing drops because they're drops that extend drives. They're drops where there was one where if he would have caught it, and I think he knew this, he had a step and a blocker, and he was probably going to get to the goal line, if not in. They're just game killing, these drops that he had today, and we haven't really seen much from him all season. So let me ask you guys, based on this performance and what we've seen all year, is it time to maybe try and get Mitch Tinsley in there, or for God's sakes, activate Jermaine Burton?
No, I mean, I don't know what Mon thinks, but I'm not a Burton guy. I'm a Mitch Tinsley guy all the way. Yoshi should be benched, just like Cam Taylor Britt should be benched. But we know that Zach Taylor's going to run Yoshi back out there, and Al Golden's going to run Cam Taylor Britt back out there because, again, they have no idea what coaching-wise how to run the personnel. But yes, Yoshi should be benched. Cam Taylor Britt should be benched. Barrett Carter, I mean, I don't know who else you have at linebacker, but good God, put somebody else in there. Barrett Carter is absolutely, and again, he's a rookie, right? So we can't, I'm not going to sit here and just bang on, but he doesn't belong in the football game. He gave up that 3rd down, and that 3rd down play he gave up when you get a chance to get off the field. It's 24-18, and you let Jordan Love juke you out, and Barrett Carter looked lost. He just looked lost today, and again, I hope he's a good football player. He's got to be, right? The Bengals used a quality draft pick on him, but he doesn't belong on the field right now. Those guys cannot be on the field. They just can't. If you want to win football games, those guys cannot be on the field.
No, it's just so disappointing. I'm just dumbfounded. I had so much promise going into this season.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding myself. I know when Burrow got hurt, it was going to be a big drop off, and our chances really took a hit. But I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was. And guys, you know this. Who's in charge of developing players?
Yeah.
We know who's in charge of creating a list and drafting them. We know the front office, and they deserve some criticism. But our guys are just not getting better. They're not. Barrett Carter is a rookie, like you said. He has some lumps, but I think this team is phasing out Logan Wilson. I think you can see that in the snap count. We play Thursday night. I'm not a Debbie Downer here, guys. I'm being a realist. We're not a good football team. We don't have enough good players. And do I want them to beat the Steelers? Hell yeah, I do. I hate the Steelers. And if they beat the Steelers, things might get interesting. But we are not a good football team.
I'm gonna be honest, Mon. I don't disagree with you, but I don't think we're not a good football team so much. I mean, again, there's definitely some big holes at positions. I'm not going to argue about that. But we're not a good football team because our coaching is atrocious. Again, the talent might not be at a high level that we're used to seeing, but the talent is good enough to win. And I would be hard pressed not to feel that way right now with looking at this roster. Again, there are definitely some holes, man. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but this coaching staff is just awful. I mean, guys, listen, it's like you got, Zach Taylor and his next door neighbor trying to put together a game plan. There's no complimentary football. There's no adjustments being made at halftime, defensively especially. It's just the coaching on this team is piss poor. I mean, it's awful. Zach Taylor is awful. Al Golden is awful. Those guys are terrible. They would not be coaching. Al Golden would not be coaching on any other team in the NFL. Zach Taylor might not be coaching on any other team in the NFL. They are not good. And it sucks because I want to see this talent under a good coach to see what we really truly have. But I said it earlier, Mon, we're not going to win football games with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco threw the ball 45 times, and that's not including the sack. So he threw the ball 46 times today. 46 times. The guy just got into town, Mon. Just got into town, and you run the ball 16 times, and you have him throwing it 46 times? I mean, what kind of dumb shit is that?
They had 55 yards rushing. They are terrible at running the ball, and they have been for years. Zach Taylor has never been able to develop a good running game in Cincinnati. They've been lower tier his whole 7 years here. The only reason he did have some success in some years is because Joe Mixon was that good. And it's this offensive line isn't built to run. His offense isn't built to run. It's quick passing. Teams have caught up to him, whatever offense he had. And I think you're right. If Zach Taylor was let go, nobody's going to be beating down the doors to interview him for head coach. Nobody. He might get a job as a position coach or a coordinator. He might. He's not going to be a head coach for any team. And I just, man, we deserve so much better. We really do. And I just keep on going back. I just want to go back how proud we were and how excited we were, even though we lost the Super Bowl. And the next year we won 10 in a row. Jake, Eric, everybody, people that have been following us, we really thought this is going to be a 10-year run of competitive, unbelievable football. Guys, we're average, and that's being kind. That's being kind.
My question, Mon, is: are we average because of the players, or because of the coaches not putting the players in the right position to be successful? What do you think it is? Because I think it's more coaching than it is talent. I really do. Like I
think it's all of the above. I think it's all of the above. I'm not here to stick up for Zach. You know that. But some of the player, you let a Jesse Bates go. I just said his name, and you replace him with guys. DJ Reader. I like Slayton. Don't get me wrong, but DJ Reader and bringing in Sheldon Rankins for basically the same price. Come on, man.
What about Mike Hilton? You let Mike Hilton walk. You
Yeah,
let Jesse Bates walk.
Kevin
You,
Zeitler. I mean, I think Rivers could be our future right guard. Finally, how many years ago did Kevin Zeitler play for us? Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. Uh, so I want to talk about I go off on the offense, but I want to talk about something that just my son and I just we yell at the screen every time we see it, and it's like we see it every third or four down series. We see it at least two or three times. Defensive ends dropping into coverage on wide receivers. On that Geno Stone interception, Trey Hendrickson was covering a receiver in the end zone. Trey effing Hendrickson was dropped into coverage, and we see it with Cam Sample. We see it with Joseph Osai. Why are we leaning so heavily on defensive ends playing coverage?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Al Golden is running a college defense. He is trying to run. You see that a lot in college, Eric. A lot in college, you see DNs dropping into coverage, especially in odd front looks. I'm telling you right now,
It doesn't work.
Al Golden is running a college defense at the NFL level with NFL players that are, I'll just say what Mon said. They're average, right? I mean, Trey Hendrickson's a dude.
So
I'm a BJ Hill guy. I think he's a dude. I think
my
Slayton's pretty damn good. But the Al Golden is trying to run this college defense where, again, you see that in college. You see guys dropping into coverage, those defensive ends, those hybrid guys. Trey Hendrickson, Cam Sample last week was dropping into coverage. What the shit?
well,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. It's just
My
absolutely.
I'm okay with it once in a while, but you know what should never happen? You should never ever have Trey Hendrickson doing that. Do that with Joseph Osai. Do it with Cam Sample. That's fine. Never Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson's your best rusher. Never drop him. Let him rush. Let him go get it. And I'm trying to get him as they come in. Do I apologize to everybody in the chat? We're getting a lot of
Can
spammers
we
tonight,
delete?
so
Yeah, can we
I'm
delete that one
I'm
thing? Are we able to block them?
I'm trying, but they keep
Okay.
coming through with different accounts. So I'll stay on it. But
Eric, I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know, Eric. If anybody out there, if I hear anyone say that Joe Flacco lost us this, I will lose my mind. Joe Flacco just came off of the streets on Wednesday and looked 100 times better than Jake Browning ever did, ever. Joe Flacco managed the game. Again, Zach Taylor, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins had one reception each at halftime. One reception each at halftime. We had 21 total yards. Jamar finishes with 10 catches. T finishes with 5. Again, Zach Taylor, what in the shit are you thinking? What are you thinking not targeting the two of the top 10 receivers in the NFL get, 3 targets the first
yeah.
half? What are you thinking, Zach?
So
You
let's
know,
let's okay. Come on, go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick. You mentioned something earlier about Coach Taylor and everything like that. Why is Charlie Jones returning kicks? 2 weeks ago, he didn't practice. Did not practice. He has an Achilles issue. He has an ankle issue. He looks slow as can be. If Burton is in that much of a doghouse, just cut him, man, and go bring in somebody else.
Or trade him.
I mean,
Well, Isaiah Williams from last year was great returning kicks and punts.
Charlie Jones is playing on 1.5 legs right now. I mean, he almost. I can't believe he played last week. He looks slower. He doesn't have any explosion. That. I mean, he's useless back there, right?
You have Mitch Tinsley. Yeah. Why in the hell are you hanging on to Jermaine Burton? It's a waste of a roster spot. It's a waste. I don't care what anyone says. He's a healthy scratch every week. Why is he on the roster? Cut him or trade him.
Trade him to somebody. There's people that need wide receivers. There's people out there. We have over 500 people in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming with us.
I know we got some super chats, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to get to right now. And then I got a question for you guys after that. So first one is Andrew. The Packers are a good team. We fixed the O-line and the Bengals beat them at Lambeau. I want to talk to you guys about that offensive line because We didn't look horrible today.
No, get one
We
sack.
gave up one sack, and Joe Flacco was not scrambling. He was not escaping the pocket. He looked like Joe Flacco, and we still only gave up one sack. And then
Andrew,
the big. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Andrew, I appreciate the super chat. I know we all do, but I'm gonna disagree with you, Andrew. This is not the O line. This was not on the O line today. It
No.
really wasn't. They played pretty good, and you see, guys, Joe Flacco threw the ball away when he needed to. Right? He
Yes.
didn't throw. He didn't force balls like Jake Browning has the last 3 weeks. That's what it's supposed to look like. You're going to give up some pressures. It's the number top 5 ranked defense in the NFL. O-line didn't play bad today.
So let's get into a little bit more. I got specifics for you, Mon, because I think you might be going here. But I want to talk about some of the stuff I saw from Jalen Rivers. I saw Jalen Rivers performing the tush push on running plays, and that was the difference in getting like 6 more yards each time. Uh, Guys, could we start implementing some of the tush push with Jalen Rivers out there? He's a beast, man. That's just crazy.
Jalen Rivers is a bright spot on the offensive line. We don't have enough good players on the offensive line. Andrew, I think it is part of the problem, but also I just think Zach Taylor doesn't like the run. And again, I'll say it again, his offensive line. I mean, the players that we bring in, sometimes they tend to regress, because it's a hard place to play offensive line. It is. I mean, Orlando
So
Brown was a top 15, top 20 talent when he came to Cincinnati, and he's really struggled this year. Karras doesn't look good. The offensive line is part of the problem, but I think Rivers is a plus. Rivers looks good. I think he's going to be our long-term answer. But Eric, I just don't think tush push, all that. I mean, I know we had a little bit of success in the second half. We ran the ball for 55 yards. 55 yards.
We only ran the ball 16 times, Oman. I
Yeah.
mean, Chase Brown had 9 carries for 42 yards. He averaged 4.7 yards a carry. I mean, that's better than what we've seen. But Mom, we've averaged what? What have we averaged? What we averaged in 6 games? Maybe 50 yards rushing a game. I mean,
45, 49.
it's got to be 31 or 32nd in the NFL. Like that's not the O line. That's not the running game. I'm sorry, that's not the O line. That's not the running backs. That is Zach Taylor's shitty run scheme. It's awful. We've never been able to run the ball. You can't keep blaming the O line, the running back, the O line coaches. Zach Taylor's scheme sucks. It
so
sucks.
I want to get you guys thoughts on this. Before we do, we've got another super chat here from Hippie Prophet. He says 10-7 gets you in, 9-8 might. Second half offense came alive and it got close. Only 3 to 4 more losses is possible. Black Jacket cooked. We either make it with a healthy 9 or Zach is gone. So it's a win-win. I really hope you're right, because if we don't make it to the playoffs, Zach should be gone. I fear that there could be some moral victories and they keep him until his contract runs out.
I don't
But
know.
I want to get to this. So again, thank you again, Hippie Prophet. Jake and I talked about this before the show. Samaje P. Ryan really the offense seemed to go a little bit better when Samaje was in there. Maybe the stats don't show it out, but Samaje going in there on the first and second down as a power back, followed up by Chase Brown. What do you guys think about possibly leaning in more into Samaje to kind of in the first quarter, second quarter, just to get the rhythm going and start pounding some guys?
I'm for anything that works. I think a bigger back is good. I'm just going to die on this hill. I don't think they have the talent to run the ball. I don't think they do. I don't think they have the coach to do it either. We're just got a really weird roster. We really do. Our roster is not good. It's not good, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Chase is amazing. Burrow's amazing. Higgins is amazing. Yoshi Flash last year. He's struggling this year. No offense, a good player. Gesicki probably could be out for the year with the pectoral issue. We have some really good individual players, but overall our roster is average. It is so average. And
I said, man, it's hard for me to say that because there's the coaching so bad that it is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I want you to know that I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think it's hard to say that when they're not being put in the right positions to make plays. Like they're not being put out there to be successful. Al Golden is running a college defense. Zach Taylor's offense scheme is the worst in the NFL. I do think it's hard to say it is a talent issue when the coaching is just so bad.
Let me agree with you on this part.
Okay.
When you draft DJ Turner,
Yes.
Dax Hill, Cam
Yes.
Taylor-Britt, Chris
Yes.
Jenkins, Miles
Yes.
Murphy,
Yes.
Demetrius Knight, Shamar
Yes.
Stewart, rookies. I get it. Those guys are rookies. Jordan Battle, McKinley Jackson.
Yeah.
Almost all those guys top 100 picks.
Yes.
It's almost statistically impossible to whiff on that many guys.
That is true. That is true. That's a good point.
They can't draft. I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm giving you credit. I think it is on the coaches. The coaches can't put them in the position to succeed. They don't motivate them. They don't get the most out of them. Guys, look at Mike Vrabel. Everybody here on this in this group on the show, we had the Patriot game as an automatic win. The Patriots will absolutely smoke us.
Yes.
They're a physical, tough football team because they got a head coach that's a grown-ass man that demands the most out of his team.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
Mike Vrabel is the difference in New England.
I agree.
We have two of the reject coaches from that roster last year on our coaching staff. I shouldn't call them rejects. I think Scott Peters, I think I respect him what he did in Cleveland, under Callahan and all that. I apologize for saying that. But what I'm trying to tell you, it starts at the top. The front office gives you the players. And don't forget the Bengal coaching staff. No coaching staff in the NFL has more say-so on player acquisition than the Bengals, because the Bengals use them as quasi-scouts. They do use the coaches as scouts.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So they own some of these personnel decisions. They own some of these free agent decisions.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor, he can't develop these players. His staff can't.
Yeah.
The staff that he puts together, he puts that staff together.
Yep.
Remember last year, Lou Anarumo, how Paul Dana wrote that great article and others? The Bengals basically operated as two head coaches because Zach Taylor let Lou do whatever. Hey, man, Jake, you're the head coach of a high school football team. You're not going to let your offensive and defensive coordinators be co-head coaches. You're going to let them know, like, hey, it's bullshit, guys. Tighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And I think, when you look at, I'm going to tell you this, and I don't even think this is a hot take anymore, but if the Bengals are under 500 at the bye, I think Zach Taylor gets fired. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zach Taylor gets fired. I know you guys aren't going to believe me, but I'm telling you, if this Bengal team does not start winning these they got the next 3 games are at home, right before the bye. If they do not win those next 3 games, I am telling you now at the bye, Zach Taylor will be fired. I'm saying it now. It's a hot take. I'm telling you now. I hope it doesn't happen because I want the Bengals to I'd rather them be 5-4 at the bye. But I'm telling you right now, Zach Taylor will be fired because there is no way you can lose 3 straight at home. There is no way. And if he does, he will be fired. And I'm telling you now, it will be done.
All right. Thanks for that. Oh, wait, hold on. We got
I think we got another super
hot takes.
We had to give
Great job,
Jake's
Eric.
hot takes for that, and Austin's been starting. So for those that don't know, that don't follow us, we are on TikTok now. My son is throwing clips out there. He's like, "Dad, Jake hasn't had any hot takes. Come on, he needs to help me out for TikTok." So we'll be clipping that and throwing it on TikTok for you. We do have one more super chat. It's perfect for this. Thank you, Buddha, for the super chat. Starting a hashtag blame Zach Taylor, aka BZT. I love it. We're gonna have to tag our shows with that, and and let's see if we can get it rolling. I do have one thing to pile on. We have another super chat here too, but I want to bring James' comments out here, and this is again on coaching. T. Higgins gets us down to the 1 foot line, and for some reason, Zach Taylor has us running up to the line to run a hurry up play, and then we F and false start. What the hell? There was nothing controversial. If anything, you could have reviewed it and maybe got a touchdown out of that.
It makes no sense.
James, thank you so much for bringing that up, because you know why? I'm not talking about your question. It triggered a memory. Your question did. We're down 24-10. We're down 2 touchdowns. And these guys are walking up with 8 minutes left and just letting the clock run. No urgency. They're hiking the ball while the clock is running with 1 second left on the play clock. They cheated themselves out of 2 to 3 minutes. No sense of urgency, nonchalant. Man, I'm telling you, this coach, it starts with him. Your demeanor, your the way you get into the huddle, the way you operate, it starts with that guy. And
Hey, you got to put Daydreamer's comment up there. That's
What's a duck, Zach? Get them across the
Hey,
street. What's a
listen,
duck, Zach?
we need Zim. We need Zim to make that a shirt. We need Zim to make that a shirt. What is that? What is NFL game shirt?
And trying to block them.
We need Zach to make. I mean, not Zach. We need Zim to make that a shirt. Zach Taylor could not lead ducks across the street.
Just a picture of Zach Taylor and then get him up there.
Like
We have another
Zach Taylor, and like it would be like Zach Taylor walking, and then all these little ducklings like all over the place.
Oh yeah, you got your number 1 duckling, your number 5, your number 16. Hey, AI can do that, guys. My next AI project, I guarantee I'll get that done by our next show. Another super chat from Michael. This is a good point from Michael. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Says that you guys, the O-line is a problem. The first half was atrocious. Were we watching the same game? They can't run block for anything. So let's talk about that because they did only give up 1 sack, but their run blocking wasn't great. So am I giving them a pass when I should be more critical of them because that run blocking just isn't there?
Guys, again, Michael, thank you for the super chat. I have said this a million times. When you run the football, guys, when you run the football at any level, high school, college, NFL, it doesn't matter. When you run the football, you have to scheme the run. That is not something you just line up and do, guys. It's not, okay? You have to scheme it up. You have to line up in different formations. You have to give different looks. It's not something that you just line up and do, Mike. And again, they can't run block. I'm telling you, because this run scheme is so bad. It is bad, Mike. And again, I'm telling you, we've had 3 offensive line coaches under Zach Taylor. Every one of them's been a scapegoat. Every one of us on this show has bashed every single one of them, including myself. And when it comes down to it, when you create a run scheme, you have to be creative with it. You can't just line up and run the football at any level. So again, when you say the O-line is the problem, Mike, the problem is Zach Taylor. It's Zach Taylor, guys. Stop apologizing for Zach Taylor. Andrew Whitworth is going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame tackle. And he said Zach Taylor's scheme is the worst in the NFL. Oh, no, he said that's the hardest to block for. I'm telling you, you can blame the O-line, you can blame the running backs all you want to, but when you create a run game, you have to create a scheme. And we have no scheme. It's the same stupid shit every single play.
If you think about it, think about how it shouldn't be. It should be, we should be one of the best running teams in my eyes. Maybe it's a simplistic way of looking at it, but we have such skill players at wide receiver that can blow the top off a game.
Yes.
We're running against light boxes all the time. We still can't run.
Yes. Yes.
It's comical. How can Duke Tobin, Mike Brown, Katie and her husband and everybody look at that and say, man, this is effed up. This isn't NFL caliber.
Well, Mom, we run the ball 15 times a game. How can you even get a run game going when you run the ball 15 times? I mean, that's ridiculous. What other NFL team runs the ball 15 times a game? I promise you, not the ones that win. I promise you, not the ones that win. I mean, you run the ball 16 times. You just got your quarterback on Wednesday. You make him throw 46 times. It's absurd. And again, I don't understand how people can defend Zach Taylor anymore. It's just insane. Like this hasn't worked. We haven't been able to do it for 6 years. Oh my God. Different personnel, different running backs, different offensive linemen, different quarterbacks. We still can't run the ball. Zach Taylor is the only thing that has not changed. We've had 3 O-line coaches. I mean, it's absurd. It is absurd. And I don't think the O-line talent's great, but Jesus. Oh, God.
All right, let's
Oh, go ahead.
what let's talk a little bit about kind of shifting forward. We did talk about before the game about moral victories, and we didn't want them, but there was chances for moral victories. So we did see a second half where Joe Flacco was making Joe Burrow like throws. Let's be honest. Some of those throws, the one to chase up the sidelines, that not even the touchdown, the one up the sidelines in the fourth quarter, that was a Joe Burrow throw. Only Jamar Chase could catch it and he caught it. It was very, very similar to the touchdown one. So we did get somewhat of a moral victory. We did get Joe Flacco to come out here and overcome Zach Taylor's crappy offense, or at least overcome his crappy first half scheme. Looking forward, and you guys have watched the Steelers games all year because we're rooting against them. Do we think that Joe Flacco can put up a similar performance and stretch out over 4 quarters on a short week? You know, this is not that dissimilar to last week. He came in on a short week, but he had to learn a whole new offense. Now he's on a short week and he's got to prepare for a Pittsburgh Steelers team. Do you guys think that he can carry forward this second half performance and make it competitive on Thursday? Mon?
I think he will. I think what's going to help the Bengals, it's a prime time game in Cincinnati. I think the city will be electric. It's going to be hard for the Steelers to come in. I mean, the Steelers are leading the division. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, a lot. I'm glad Joe Flacco is playing because we saw today what Joe Flacco is. He is a much better quarterback than Jake Browning. It's not even close. It's not even close. And he did some good things today, but we just can't have those lulls. We can't go one half of football with 50 yards offense. And you don't take Joe Flacco out of it. We've done that 3 other times this year.
Yes.
Can't do it, man.
Yes.
Can't do it. That harps back to the theme of the show. Zach Taylor isn't getting it done. Listen, the apologists are out there. The apologists are taking a victory lap because we scored 18 points. Hey, man, it was good. It looked competent. It looked good. Take your victory lap, dudes. Go for it. I want, I want to win games. I want to win championships. Okay, I acknowledge the good plays, but the lull in the first half killed us. It killed the defense in the second half. I mean, these guys were on the field 24 minutes in the first half. They played 3 quarters of football at halftime, if you count the snaps. I don't know, man.
And I'm going to say this: 25 of those 50 yards were against a prevent defense at the end of the half, right? I mean, we're not talking about, we had 50 yards of offense at halftime, but that was against a prevent that was giving up soft coverage, in the middle of the field because the Bengals. And how about the Bengals using 3 timeouts on 3 plays? I mean, again, Zach, what kind of shit is that? I've never seen anything like it before. It's completely disorganized football, using all 3 timeouts in 3 plays. It's just awful, guys. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how anyone in their right mind at this moment in time could look at this team and say Zach Taylor is a competent head coach or offensive coordinator. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And I have been the biggest Zach Taylor supporter of anyone, almost to the point of just ridiculousness, because I think as a head coach, I have a place in my heart for him. But he is not good. He's not good. And Mon's right. We're not going to win with him, ever. Oh, God. Eric, you're muted. You're
All right,
muted.
thanks. I got to make you laugh because this is what we're here for.
Dude, that is awesome. You just did that? Oh my God.
Listen, I didn't.
Listen, oh my God. Listen, you have got to do one of those quick cut things. That That is hysterical. Who gave us that
I'll add,
idea?
I'll add, I was trying to find it. I'll add some audio for those audio listeners that I
Oh
just
my
created a
god.
quick video of Zach Taylor crazily trying to lead ducks across the road.
Oh my god, dude. That
Here,
is
let
so
me play it
good.
one more time for mine. I'll try and come back. Let me just get one of these spammers first. I'll try and come back and add some audio to it.
Maybe do like circus music, like boop, boop, boop,
Oh,
you
great. Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
Like that
that's
kind of
actually
thing.
should be what we play instead of Welcome to the Jungle. All right, one more time just so that you guys can have some more levity.
Oh, dude, I love the
There's
second.
even two Zach Taylors and they couldn't get it done.
The second
uh
the second one should be Al Golden, right? They're both just like,
yeah.
oh, I can't.
Yeah, I had I'll clean it up a little bit. I'll add some audio.
Oh,
We
dude.
gotta, if you can't laugh at yourself,
I needed
what
that.
good is life? Yeah,
I
you're
needed that.
welcome.
Shout out to whoever gave us that idea. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, there's one other bright spot that we got to take a victory lap on. Is it happens about once a year, maybe once every 2 years. It's kind of like that rare super moon. T Huddy with a touchdown in a Lambeau leap. Mon, talk about your
come
guy T
on.
Huddy with
Let's
that
talk
great
about that,
touchdown.
Mon. Let's talk about T
Well,
Hud.
we're gonna get this. We're gonna get to see my guy a lot more because if Gasecki was ruled out as quick as he was,
Yeah.
sounds like could be a lingering significant
It
issue there. So
was it
T Huddy's
concussive?
gonna be playing a lot, and I don't know if they had any tight ends on the practice squad. They might get
Whatever
called up.
happened to the other Tanner?
He's on the practice squad, so he's probably going to get called up if Gasecki's out for the year, which I don't know if that's the case.
It wasn't a concussion. What was the injury?
Well, no, they said pectoral
Oh,
issue.
pectoral. Oh, pecs.
Um,
Yeah, that's usually season ending. It's really hard to play through that, especially for a tight end.
well, I'm hoping, hopefully not, because again, if we do somehow salvage this, which again I use that really loosely. If we salvage this, obviously that's Joe Burrow's guy. Hopefully Trey Hendrickson's okay, because guys, the one thing we haven't talked about yet is when Trey Hendrickson's not on the field, this defensive line, there is absolutely zero pass rush. I mean, zero pass rush, zero. And it's hard, right, Mon? Because you said it. You look across this defensive line. Besides B.J. Hill and T.J. Slayton, obviously excluding Trey, the Bengals drafted every single player on that defensive line besides those three guys, and none of them are productive when it comes to rushing the passer. And they haven't been, Mon, have they? They haven't been.
They haven't. I just, I'm going to answer the question here. There are players in the doghouse: McKinley Jackson, Jermaine Burton, and all of them. You know what? You're sending a message. You're playing lesser players. You don't want to reward bad behavior. We don't know what their behavior is. I'm at the point is you play talent. McKinley Jackson played a handful of snaps last week and he flashed. He's a good player. Put him in there. He can give some interior pressure if needed. That's something this team needs. Play Jermaine Burton. He's faster than Charlie Hustle right now. Charlie Hustle's playing on a busted Achilles. Put somebody back there that might pop one, give you that unconventional score. Start playing your players.
Tyson Anderson. Our safety play has been atrocious. Try him out.
He's a 4.25, 4.27 40. Play him. Play PJ Jules. Just put in these guys. Put them in. Again, it's the coaching thing. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just feel like they did play pretty hard today. The defense really looked pretty spirited in the first half. I got to give them some credit. But then, Green Bay came out and just punched them in the mouth. They got out physical again.
Oh, second half.
Honestly, Eric, I know if you ever had the time, the phrases, the words we're using today, we used last year. We used the year before.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
Why do you think I create AI graphics of controlling the clock?
Yeah,
it's because it's the same things. There's one where we can't walk and chew gum. There's a AI video of that coming soon because the Bengals can't do it. I mean, can you imagine Zach Taylor trying to get those ducks across the road while chewing gum? He'd fall on his face.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Eric.
We're at 50 minutes here. I appreciate everybody for joining us. We go through way too much therapy, guys. we shouldn't have to do this every week. We should have Bengals therapy once in a while, but it's every week. Okay, we needed to win. In my opinion, we needed to win this game, and then next winning on Thursday would have just kind of been that next stepping stone to reviving our season. To me, Thursday is a must win. If we don't win on Thursday, it's game over. Do you guys share that feeling, or is there any way we can lose five in a row and salvage the season?
It's so
I
hard.
agree.
Go ahead, Mon. Go ahead, Mon.
No, I agree 100%. It is a must win on Thursday Night Football. And Eric, I'm going to take it further. If they do not win on Thursday Night Football, fire sale, start trading players.
Oof.
Trey Hendrickson, Logan Wilson. Get yourself 3-4 more draft picks. Okay, Trey Hendrickson is going to leave next year. They're not going to give him $30 million. Bengals get a third-round comp pick. Get a second at a minimum for him. Trade him. Trade players, because if they lose next week, 5 in a row, it's done.
I don't know. Guys, you know what's crazy is I can't believe I'm saying this, but the AFC is so bad. I mean, guys, listen, the Bengals, the fact that we're even talking about the Bengals, if they win this game, they're right back in it, is nuts. The AFC is bad. I mean, listen, the Chargers are not good. They're not good. I mean, I would say right now the Patriots are playing some of the best ball in the AFC. The Bills are not great. The Chiefs aren't great. The Ravens suck. I mean, the AFC is up for grabs. It really is. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think it, but it's hard for me not to disagree with you guys. And I'll take it even further. Again, if the Bengals lose on Thursday night to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think you fire Zach Taylor. I do. I
don't disagree, but it won't happen.
I don't think it will happen for that. But I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm telling you right now. Hear me when I say, if the Bengals lose the next 3 at home, Zach Taylor will be fired at the bye week. I promise.
We got a couple other super chats here. One's kind of touching on those topics. Curtis Tucker, appreciate the super chat. We're in a crazy world where the Steelers can win the AFC North by default. That's what I'm afraid of. This is absolutely winnable, and we're just going to let them go out. They could win it at 8-9, and I would be so pissed. And we have another one here from Michael K. saying, thank you for another super chat, Michael. Just to be clear, he agrees about Zach Taylor. I also agree I want a better coach, but I feel that the O-line is bad also. I think
that's very
Mon,
fair.
I think Mon's point before was that it all falls on Zach Taylor because of the amount of input they have in the drafts and the signing players. It's kind of like, Duke looks at Zach Taylor and says, hey, you gave me the ingredients to go shop for. Don't blame me when the food tastes like shit. And you know what? That's got to be on Zach Taylor. And that's right? They have so much say in it. What are you going to do? That's the old Bill Parcells one. You're going to let me shop. Well, you picked crappy ingredients and you weren't able to make them taste good. So get the hell out of here. Bring in a new Gordon Ramsay for me. Sorry if I'm a little feisty tonight, guys.
I think about this team so much. I know I've said this on a previous episode a long time ago. The 81 football team, I know that's all different. The 81 Super Bowl, the 88 Super Bowl, the 2022 Super Bowl team, they're all connected in a bad way. 3 years after that Super Bowl appearance, the team has fallen apart.
Yes.
And the 81 team fell apart.
Yep.
84, 85 was rough years. Team got old. Team, just wasn't good. Let good players leave to the USFL and all that. The 88 team got old. They let players leave. Max Montoya. People don't even know this. Anthony Munoz signed with the Buccaneers and was going to be a Buccaneer, but then got hurt in training camp. So he left the Bengals. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
And then it led to the lost decade. We thought the Bengals were going to be a 10-year juggernaut.
Yeah.
And it's just falling apart. We let good players leave. We replaced them with average players. We're missing on draft picks. Our coaching staff isn't developing players. They have a say-so in it. They have it's same old story. The one constant there is the front office, though.
I want to say this too. I want to say this really quick. I said it earlier today, and I'm trying to have a little bit of optimism, just a little bit, guys. But 3 of our 4 losses are NFC teams. And again, I said it earlier. Losing those games doesn't hurt you nearly as much as losing AFC games. The Bengals still have what do they have? 11. So they would have 10 more. They have 10 more AFC games. 10 more AFC games. And they have the Bears, which is very winnable. This team is not out of it yet because of those 3 losses being NFC teams. So again, there's a little bit, it's faint. Joe Flacco played really well the second half. I hope that Zach Taylor gets his head out of his ass and lets Joe Flacco go out and be Joe Flacco. And we try to run the football more than 15 times on Thursday, because you're not going to beat the Steelers throwing it 50 times. But I do think the Bengals, there is still hope. There's still a glimmer, because those three of those 4 losses were to NFC teams. And I said it earlier too, you look at the Denver Broncos, you look at some of these teams, they're nothing to be scared of. None of these teams in the AFC we should be scared of. We shouldn't. As bad as our team is right now, we shouldn't be scared of anybody in the AFC. The NFC is so much better. The NFC is 100 times lights out better than the AFC this year. It's not even close.
That's what makes it so depressing, because the Chiefs are in a down year, the Ravens are in a down year. The other teams have never been up. We thought CJ Stroud was told me that CJ Stroud was better than Joe Burrow, and look how horrible they've been. The AFC, we could sneak in at 9-8 and go win it all if we have Joe Burrow back. But you got to have a coach get out of his own way. And it's just so depressing, because the best thing that could happen to us in the long term is Zach Taylor being fired right now. Get out of Joe Burrow's way and give him an offensive-minded coordinator and coach. But I don't want to sacrifice this year when the AFC is so gettable. I want, if it means Zach Taylor for another 5 years, I want a chance at a Super Bowl this year, and that sucks, because I shouldn't be talking about having to sacrifice this year so that we can get championships in the long run. But we're kind of at that. It's just frustrating.
Let me ask you guys real quick. I know we got to get out of here soon. By the way, thank you. How many do we have in right now?
555 people.
Guys, you are awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Let me ask you guys this, just really quick. Throw some names out. Let's say Zach Taylor does get fired, right? Let's say this season goes to shit, which it's getting there quickly. Let's say Zach Taylor does get fired. Who do you guys think are some candidates that maybe the Bengals might look at? I mean, I think this is a legit question now to start asking.
Who do they look at, or who do we want them to look at?
Who do they look at? Not who do we want? Because obviously we want.
I mean, no offense, but this is the Bengals, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're down at Space Coast High School, recruiting your offensive coordinator, knowing that you call the plays. They're gonna be out there trying to get your offensive coordinator. Who I want them to be out there,
You're saying me?
No. I'm saying they're going to go to your staff, and they're not going to go to you. They're going to go to some random person that doesn't have any say, because they think that they're the next up and coming. They thought Zach Taylor was responsible for the Rams' amazing offense, and Zach Taylor was just over here just doing what he does. I want them to go call up John Gruden. I want them to talk to Bill Belichick, because him and his girlfriend are going to be out of UNC very soon. I want them to talk to Joe Brady. Who are they going to talk to? They're going to talk to an assistant quarterback coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who's taking credit for Baker Mayfield. They're going to talk to a wide receiver coach for, I don't know, the New England Patriots, because their young quarterback looks so good. They're not going to go grab these big names like they should, and you just got me more pissed off.
I think they need to get somebody. It's at the point now where Joe's going to be 30 before he plays again. Think about that. They need to go get a proven head coach somebody that some people they'll call it recycled, whatever. I don't want a Joe Brady. I don't want some young guy to come in and be the head coach that's trying to figure things out. I want our 2025, 2026 version of Forrest Gregg, a strict disciplinarian, a real intense guy that listen, Forrest Gregg was the Mike Vrabel of the 70s and 80s. He was a player, and he was in your face. He was demanding. What did it do? The Bengals went from 77 to 80. They're one of the worst teams in football. And then he was hired in 1980. They won 6 games. They lost 3 games by less than 2 points, but they beat the Steelers twice that year. The Steelers are Super Bowl champs. They beat them twice in 1980. And that's when the Bengals couldn't beat the Steelers in the 70s.
Yeah.
So Forrest Gregg won 6 games. Then in 81, he took them to the Super Bowl. 82, they had the best record in football, strike shortened season. They won 7 games, or 7-2. And then they lost a horrible playoff game, controversy there. But he turned that team around. I want a coach that's demanding, that's a hellraiser, that players are sort of afraid of.
Let me throw some names out to you guys real quick, and you give me a yes or a no, okay? I'm just going to throw some names out to you. I'm going off of what you both just said. All right, here we go. First name, Bill Belichick. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Bill Cowher. Yes or no?
No.
Hell no. Get that asshole out of here.
No,
he can't put 2 sentences together right now.
He's been out too long.
All right. John Gruden.
Yes. 8,000%. Just for his enthusiasm and the way he can talk to quarterbacks. Yes.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on that.
No on John Gruden, huh?
I like him. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but I think it's a no.
So for you, Mon, right now, obviously Bill Belichick is on your list, right? What if, and I hope this doesn't happen. What if Harbaugh gets fired from the Ravens?
I'd take him in a second.
Really?
I would take him in a second.
Really? Eric, Harbaugh.
I hate him, but I would take, yeah. I mean, Harbaugh, Tomlin, those guys are great coaches. They know how to win games. They know how to win games when you shouldn't win games, and that's what we need. Our coaches know how to lose games when you should win games. We need the opposite, and we don't have it right now.
I was mistaken. Joe Burrow's going to be 29 next year. Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna correct you on that. Joe Burrow turns 29 in December, same day as Jake's son.
Yeah,
yes.
I like to me, I would take one of the Harbaugh guys. You know who I would take? I know he's recycled. He really struggled as a head coach. I get it. But if you pair him with a quality offensive coordinator that can run an offense, I would take Vic Fangio in a second as Bengals head coach. In a second.
Okay, Vic Fangio. What about in-house, lovable, likable Darren Simmons?
I'll tell you this about Darren Simmons. He won't be, but Darren Simmons has some fire. You see Darren Simmons lighting up some of his players on the sideline. I think Darren Simmons 10 years ago would have gotten serious consideration. I'll say one thing about Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis was sort of hampered a little bit with the management and not wanting to go 100% on some things. But Marvin Lewis was demanding, very demanding. In your face, he flipped that lost decade. Guys, the lost decade was so bad. The Cincinnati Bengals had the worst winning percentage of any sports team. You hear what I'm saying? Any sports team.
Oh, yeah, they were too.
Hockey, baseball, NBA, football, worst winning percentage. Marvin Lewis came in and made chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he came in, and it took 1 year they were competitive. I know his playoff record. I get it. But what he did in Cincinnati was phenomenal. I'm not saying bring back Marvin Lewis, but we need somebody a little older that's a disciplinarian that could come in and turn this team around. Vic Fangio would bring toughness. He would bring toughness to this team. He's got to have an offensive coordinator.
Let me throw another name out to you that one of our listeners just brought up. Gary Busey.
Yeah.
That's not
yeah.
nice.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. So let me ask you guys this. Because Mon is he's got a man crush on Vrabel, and I don't disagree with him. I think Vrabel is a phenomenal coach. Let me ask you this: Do you want an offensive coordinator in mind, or do you want a defensive coordinator in mind for the next head coach? Mon,
Who you asked? Oh, I want a defensive coordinator.
You want a defensive mind, Eric?
Yeah.
Sorry, working on your project over here. I want a guy like the Lions coach. I want a tough coach who coaches the whole team, who doesn't coach defense, who doesn't coach offense. I want a leader of men who
He was a
knows
tight end coach.
ball,
Was
who
he?
knows ball. Dan Campbell.
He was a tight end coach, right?
He was a tight end. I think he started as a tight end coach, but he was a tight end. I think he was on that staff with Zach Taylor back in Miami. He knows how to lead men. He knows enough about football when his defensive coordinator is wrong. He knows enough about football when his offensive coordinator is wrong. He knows enough about football to know that on a certain 4th and 1, you go for it, whether your offensive coordinator wants to or not. He's not in his playbook trying to figure out what play. He knows you need to go for it, and he tells his offensive coordinator to go for it.
Let me throw some other names out here that our listeners are throwing up here. Here's some good names. Nick Saban. Nick Saban, yes or no, Mon? Eric?
No, he's a college coach, not an NFL coach. We have that already with Al Golden.
Jesse Minter.
Yeah, he has Cincinnati ties, I do believe.
Yes or no, Mon?
That would be interesting.
Eric?
I don't know enough about him.
Vance
I'll
Joseph.
pass.
Vance Joseph.
Nah.
No.
Great defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a great head coach.
What about the one you mentioned, Flores?
Oh, I didn't see Flores on there.
Yeah,
That's
Brian Flores. That would be a great
What
get.
about Brian Flores? That's a good one.
It is.
What about Brian Flores? I'm in for that, Mon.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
I'm in for
I am
that.
too.
Eric?
I would take that in a second.
I don't know.
He's done really well.
I don't know if he's learned enough from his previous head coach. Hopefully, he's learned from it, and
I think
he would bring
Flores.
his defensive mind. I don't know.
I agree with LeVar. I think Flores for the win. I'm on the Flores. I'm on that Flores train now.
You're on the floor pounding the
I'm
table.
liking that. That's a great one, guys. What about Spags?
I saw that. That's a good one. Spags
That's
is a
a
hell of
good one
player.
too.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes,
who was the coach? Who was the coach of the Eagles? I know he was in Jacksonville last year and got fired.
Oh, I know.
Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
Doug Peterson.
Yeah, I liked him. I thought he was a good coach. What he did with the Eagles, man, that was pretty special. But man, Spags was great. He was a head coach, and it didn't work out for him though.
I like Spags. I like Flores. Those two. What about? I'll just throw it out here. I say no 100%. What about Al Golden in house? Because you know what he's going to do? He's going to hire his next door neighbor as the offensive coordinator. He's going to be like, "Hey Zach, can I borrow the sugar and can you come be my offensive coordinator?"
Oh Lord! Oh well,
all right, guys. Are you guys ready to get out of here?
I am.
All right. Hey, first of all, thank you guys so much for joining us. Did we get all of our super chats, Eric?
Let me take a quick look. Did we get all of our ducks in a row? We had one more from Vegas. No comment, just $1, just a super chat from Vegas. Appreciate it.
Is that the Vegas? Is that the thing from Kroll? Do you remember that movie, Mon? I know you'll remember that, Mon. Do you remember that movie, Kroll, from the 80s?
I do remember that movie.
Is that that thing from Kroll?
Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like
Vegas. Is that the thing from Kroll? I think
it's a very obscure movie, Jake.
That's it. No, dude, that's a great movie. I'm telling you, that is a great movie.
And Arnold wasn't in it.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's who I want. I'm Spags, Flores, or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those are my 3 coaching wants. Or Denzel. I'll take Denzel Washington too. Give me Denzel, Schwarzenegger, Flores, or Spags. I'm in.
Before we get out of here, someone's requested that we add we play the Ducks one more time. I haven't gotten the audio yet added for it yet, but we'll see if we can pick it up. Okay.
All right, here we go. The second Zach Taylor is the best.
It is. It is. It's very much like
you got to put
yeah.
that out.
No,
You
I'll
got to
go
put
work
that
on
out.
that right now.
That's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not watching Sunday Night Football tonight. I am gonna go watch Crawl. It is.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what it was called, the Glaive. Yes. Oh, Vegas, that is so awesome. I am watching Crawl tonight. That movie's a classic. The Cyclops. I remember when I was a kid and I watched that movie, Mon. You remember when he holds the door open and he gets smashed?
I never saw the movie. I do remember the previews for it. I never
Oh
saw
my God. Mon, you got to watch Crawl. He holds the door open so everybody can get into the bad capsule before I can't remember if it was like the time changes and it disappears and he gets smashed. And the first time I watched it, it made me cry. I love Cyclops.
I before you get, I did see that actually James just commented on it. I've never been a Predator guy, but I'm a big fan of like cool plot ideas, and they're doing a Predator prequel to show you how the Predator became the Predator. I love people when they think those things through, and the storyline looks really cool.
Listen, I'm a huge Predator Aliens guy. I love those whole sagas. It's Predator Badlands. This new Predator movie is going to be maybe the best since the original. I am stoked about Predator Badlands. Who said that? Predator.
Can Predator,
James
Predator
Wright
play left guard? Can he play left guard? Can he play defense?
I don't know, but Tony says that Cyclops is greater than Zach, and I don't think that I disagree.
I don't disagree.
Lions about to score on the Chiefs. Lions about to score on the Chiefs.
Listen, we can't. All of our victory laps are for shit because the Bengals aren't doing anything. Jake, get us the hell out of here.
All right, guys. If you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcast platforms: Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. As always, if you like this podcast, make sure you give us that 5-star review. We very much appreciate that. As always, follow Mon on Twitter at @TheFireMon. Follow me on Twitter at CoachJakeOwens9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash2Hs88. Follow the Wednesday Night Podcast Network on Twitter at Wednesday Night Pod. And as always, guys, follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter at the Bengals Pulse. If you want to see the Ducks and you want to see Zach Taylor, follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter at the Bengals Pulse, on Instagram without the @the Bengals Pulse. As always, guys, check out all the awesome podcasts right here on the Wednesday Night Podcast Network. Eric, yes.
And TikTok, the Bengals Pulse. That's probably where the Ducks will be premiering, and you'll get to have your laugh.
All right. So check out all you guys that are listening audio, check out the Ducks on TikTok. We are getting out of here.
Get the duck out of here, everybody.
He is Mon, Eric. I am Jake. That was a bad dad joke. I am Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse. Who Dey Bengal fans. We'll see you soon.